Visit Hot Springs. Time for a road trip to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Learn more at hotsprings.org. Wright's Barbecue, the official pitmaster of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Small house, big flavor. By Arkansas Children's. Arkansas Children's gives you home field advantage for your child's health. By Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Locally owned, American made, and proud to be an official sponsor of the Razorbacks. Highland Dairy. Locally made. Naturally delicious. By Shelter Insurance. For award-winning service, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. By Surfside. 100 calories, 0 bubbles. Party smart. Must be 21 and over. Regions Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Harps Quality Foods. Hometown fresh. It's that simple at Harps. By Edward Jones. For a financial advisor near you, visit edwardjones.com. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Reliable, affordable, responsible power. By Baptist Health. Arkansas's largest and most comprehensive health system. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota. Let's go places. By Kubota. Find your local Kubota dealer at arkansaskubotadealers.com. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Razorback Athletics. By Domino's Pizza. Hog fans, order online at Domino's.com to save money on mouth-watering pizza with Domino's Rewards. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is winning. Modelo Especial. Brewed for full-time Razorback fans. The Arkansas Department of Health. Quit tobacco. We can help. SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Razorback Athletics. By Experience Fayetteville, the home of the Hogs. There's a reason locals call it Favoriteville. Roller Funeral Homes. For 3 generations, the Razorback Nation has trusted the Roller family to serve yours with all our respect. By Whole Hog Cafe. At Whole Hog Cafe, world champion barbecue is what they do. By Our Care. Health for all. Aetna, a proud sponsor of this Razorback football games broadcast. Greenway Equipment. Equipment that works as hard as you do. And by the University of Arkansas Online, offering flexible degree programs. Apply now at online.uark.edu. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Razorback Sports Network.
Oh my gosh. They called grounding. And with a 10-second runoff, there's only 4 seconds left in the game. Taylon Green's hurt. Taylon Green's hurt. The Razorbacks are mad. What an awful way to end a game. Mississippi State has won it. There are not a lot of people left, but those who are here, the boos rain down. Bobby Petrino's making his way to midfield. Jeff Levy is there as well. A tough way to end it. Mississippi State snaps their 16-game conference losing streak. They win an SEC game for the first time since the last time they were here.
This is Hog Reaction, brought to you by Bud Light, the world's favorite light beer. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop.
I hold it down.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Well. Very few times am I speechless after a game, driving up to the station. I'm thinking, there's no way they can lose this game, even with the penalties. But little did I know that would be a trend throughout the rest of the game, and it almost felt like every other play, the Hogs had a penalty called on them. And, Matt, I'm not one to focus in on penalties, especially when the team's not playing well, but they played well enough to win the game. They just didn't play very smart in some instances. And, I think what hurts the most in this game is it literally felt like you just completely handed Mississippi State the game, because you did things you were supposed to do. You didn't turn the ball over. You forced, I think you had a pick, and played pretty well on offense. But when you think about both sides of the ball, penalties really hurt this team, and especially it seemed like on the defensive side of the ball, even more. Some questionable calls, and you know, there were times where I'm like, "There's Arkansas still going to win this game." You know, they look like the better team. They were up 2 scores, I think, going into the fourth quarter, and man, the script just completely flipped, and it was hard to take. And I know the players and Coach Petrino feel the same way, and we'll get to their some of their thoughts coming up. But Matt, I want to hear your thoughts on this game. And it's easy to be very critical, and that's kind of where I want to be right now. It's kind of what I want to be, is critical. But I want to hear your take on it.
Hey, man. Yeah, happy Halloween extra next day. We got everybody set your clocks back an hour. That was, I thought they fought hard. You look at Mike Washington, he had 100 yards on the ground, 19 carries, man, that dude was running. I thought Braylon Russell played well. Love seeing Rohan Jones play. Dude is, he's just fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, what do you say? I thought Quincy Rhodes made some plays, like there's a couple of things you can go for.
Well, it was probably one of their better performances if you take away the penalties, and it wasn't like they just had a few penalties, Matt. They had like 18, which I think was
Oh, that was weird.
It was like
I don't know what that was all about.
The highest they've, ever in the history of Razorback football, or at least tied for it, and almost 200 yards in penalties. So that was almost your entire offensive output for the game. And we were the more athletic team today. We we left some plays out there. I mean, when you go back and watch film, you'll it's tough. But man, I thought we were the more athletic team today. Yeah, I did for sure, Matt. And I was fully expecting to come in here and talk about a win, but it just wasn't in the cards tonight. And It almost feels like one of those games where it just felt like everything went against you. I mean, and you can point to a few moments, and I'll point to a moment. Arkansas goes up 28-14, and they hit Talon, and kind of the guy that runs into him kind of stays on him for a minute, and it kind of leads to a scrum there between both teams, and somehow Arkansas gets flagged for it. And at the moment, it didn't seem like that big of a call, but Bobby Petrino was very upset with it. And to me, that's kind of where the game sort of got out of hand. I didn't think they were going to lose at that moment. They had to kick it off from the 10. They got the ball. They got a short field. They go down and score. I'm like, okay, whatever. Arkansas still kind of in control of this, but the penalties seemed to pile up after that. And I wonder if Petrino getting after the refs kind of made them, focus in more on Arkansas. Whatever the case is, I don't know. But it did seem a little fishy there, because Arkansas really hasn't been penalized like that all season. Not even close.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough tackle we missed on that fourth down play, I think, there in the red zone. You got to tackle better. That's what I mean. I don't know that you can blame this one on Bobby at all. I mean, you make a tackle right there. We were in positions. There was a lot of. I thought we left a couple plays out there as well.
The running into the kicker, letting them kick the field goal.
Yeah, you kind of beat yourselves a little bit. It's just kind of part of it.
Yeah, they played hard, and they were in position all night to make plays. You can't question their effort tonight. That's for sure. And it's one of those games where you kind of wonder how you lost it, because it really doesn't feel like the better team won tonight. And I can honestly say that because of just how many things Arkansas did wrong that were, self-inflicted things. It wasn't Mississippi State, outplaying Arkansas. It just felt like they just hung in. Mississippi State hung in there and made the critical plays in critical moments. And that's what Mississippi State's not a bad team, but Arkansas was in control of this game and just didn't result in a win tonight. Arkansas will be on a bye week. I know they've got some players banged up. Talon suffered a big hit there kind of late in that game, and there's some controversy at the end. You heard Chuck's call in the open. He couldn't believe it, but that's how it goes sometimes. We'll play some sound from Bobby Petrino, but we do have a couple callers here that we definitely want to hear from the callers, because I feel like this is one of those shows where you kind of want to hear from the fan base, just their take on the whole thing. And it kind of feels like one of those moments where, it definitely didn't help the case for Bobby Petrino being the coach. I'm not saying he did anything wrong necessarily, but just the way the game unfolded, letting another game slip away. You lost by 3 and moved to 2-7, 0-5 in the conference. And we want to hear from the callers here. Let's go to Ben in Bentonville first here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Ben, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. Zach Colton, I'm sorry I didn't hear who was coming on.
Oh, this is Christian, man. What's up?
Oh, Christian, Colton. Big C, either way.
Yeah.
I'm not actually excited to be on with you guys tonight, but my wife had to help me figure out a word to describe my state of being, and it was despondent. Last week I called. It was despair. I just don't understand how we keep giving victory away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I have no more D words that I can say on the radio.
You'd almost rather it be, turnovers again than creating new ways to lose. This time it's penalties.
Yeah. So one last thing, and I want Matt to hear this. Matt, I'm like your biggest fanboy, but I love watching Talon run the ball. He looks like you out there, but he just hasn't had the success you had. I don't know what can you tell us, Matt, about the ways to use those big, long, beautiful strides and not turn the ball over. I'll let you guys run it from there.
Hey, Matt, did you hear any of that?
Yo, yeah.
He kind of just was talking about Talon Green. Tonight he didn't have a turnover, but he made some comparisons to you and Talon, and he's basically saying he reminds you of. Okay. And then, he said it was just frustrating tonight how they kind of created a new way to lose, is what he said.
I thought Talon Green played great, man. You gotta, when a play happens, you gotta play quick. At times, that's what their plan was to rush 3 and drop 8, where they're just trying to get him to hold on to the ball for a second. Because when Talon plays quick, he's just as good as anybody.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and we do have a couple more callers on the line, so please hang tight. Everybody call in tonight. Give us your thoughts, whether it's good or bad. We want to hear it. 877-377-6963. It's Hog Reaction, presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback and Bud Light. Arkansas falls 38-35 in heartbreaking fashion. We've still got a lot ahead tonight, and we'll get to some sound as well here on Hog Reaction.
Listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyers, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not... Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks. Did you...
This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Fill her up, please.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make Awake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine. On North 11th Street is your place. Make Awake Bait and Tackle. Also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make Awake Bait and Tackle. 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith. 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Green with a long count. Hands it to Washington, right side. Angles inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a two-score game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Yeah, that's a hard game to take. You know, I felt like our guys played hard. I felt like they played good football. You know, we obviously didn't do enough to win the game. I think there's some things outside of the football that hurt us. That's hard to understand. You know, we're a team that hasn't been penalized much all year long, and our guys just worked hard but didn't come away with it.
Yeah, dejected Bobby Petrino there. That's a tough loss, and you know you could tell he held back some comments there in the post game, and we'll hear some more from him later on. But that's one of those losses that just hurts, man. It really no other way to describe it. I mean, it would have just been nice to get a win in the conference and kind of get some good mojo going and in that losing streak you have going on. And, you know, going into a bye, you got LSU coming up, you got 3 games left. But man, if Arkansas can just put together one clean game, you know, they've got the talent to beat anybody, but for whatever reason, they just haven't been able to play winning football this year. And Matt, sometimes it's hard to describe, and it really felt like it felt like Arkansas was in control of this game, and it never really felt like they lost control. It just, you know, didn't make a few plays at the end.
Yeah, I think you're right. We just kind of ran out of time. You know, I think if we had had another quarter, you know, our athletes, we definitely had the better athletes. It's, you know, Mike Washington ran hard. I thought Talon played decent. I mean, you think about our offensive line, what they're kind of going through. I thought they fought hard. Yeah. That was a tough one, man, because those kids, they really played tough tonight.
Yes, they did, and we want to hear more from the callers. We do have a couple on hold. Let's go to Brian let's go to Joe first. He's been on hold a little while. Joe, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. I'm disappointed, but I'm used to it. You know what? For me, Razorback football has got like a must-see TV. Wouldn't bet on it. I just like to watch how they lose. What? They got the most fumbles in the country and then the most interceptions in the fourth quarter.
Didn't have anything today, but it didn't matter.
Oh, no, yeah, they did. They had more. My grandmas could have sewed all them flags into a quilt.
Oh, yeah.
190-something yards of penalties. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, what's it going to be next week, boys? What are you going to give up? Well, maybe they're okay. Maybe they haven't given up the rope. Or what's it going to be next week? Safeties? I don't know. You tell me. There is nothing good on this team. Nothing. They have no will to win.
Yeah.
And they are, whoever's paying them, they got, you got a poor return for your investment. So thanks, guys. Bye.
Joe, I can sense your frustration there. Joe's really frustrated with the team, and he made some good points. I mean, this isn't a winning football team, and we all know that. And they proved it again tonight. He said there's nothing good about this team, and I disagree. You know, there's some things good about them. They play hard, They do have some talent on this team, but they're just not a winning football team. They don't do what they need to do to win games. They don't, if it's not one thing, if they do, clean up the penalty, or if they clean up the penalties, it's turnovers. If they clean up the turnovers tonight, it was the penalties that beat them. So I see what he's saying there, but I'm not going to pile on the team because obviously they want to win just as much as more than the fans do. And I know Petrino wanted them to win. He was hurt for the players. We get all that, but it just felt like a mountain of mistakes tonight that did in Arkansas. And, it's really hard not to be critical of the officials. Maybe some of those plays were the right calls, but man, it just felt like the whistle was not on Arkansas' side tonight. A lot of flags on the field, and really, if you want to point to something there, you can say lack of discipline, I guess, is what cost the Hogs the game tonight. But, Matt, I really don't know what else to say other than that. But for those listening right now, I know you guys want to hear from Brian and Ozark, so sarcastic. We're going to go to him right now on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brian, what's up?
Yeah, man. First of all, I do have to laugh at something you said a while ago. Arkansas does not have the talent to play with anybody in the country.
Well, they did.
They do not. No, they
well,
don't.
I mean,
not this year.
How can you
They
say
didn't
that?
last year.
How can you say that when
What?
like 4 of their losses in conference were by 3 points? Now you can't honestly say.
That's mean nothing.
Well,
That's mean nothing.
that's the definition
Texas
of playing.
went down and played.
That's the definition of playing with the team. Now, are they a good
Okay.
team? No, they're not a good team. But
No,
if
they're
you
the
want
worst in the SEC
Okay.
and one of the worst in the country.
they don't know how to win. They don't know how to finish. They're yes.
You're right. They
but
got a bunch of losers, 2 and 3 stars on that team.
and the 2 and 3
coaches are
stars are
losers.
still putting up plenty of points on these teams. So,
Man,
if you want to get technical,
they're
yeah.
not. All I can say is I can't wait for them to come to Austin, because when everybody in Arkansas laughed at Arch Manning, dude, he's a winner. He's winning. He's 7-2. He's going to stomp Arkansas, and I had to say that. I'd like to see Arkansas win. You have the wrong coaching staff. They don't know how to recruit, and if they don't get a new coach,
Well,
they're going to be 2-10 next year.
I agree with that, Brian. I really do. I think that, you don't have, there's some cleaning house that has to take place. And it's obvious, you're 2-7 and you can't win close games. So I agree with you there. But to say they don't have any talent, well, it's kind of hard to say that when maybe there's something clearly not clicking with this team. I mean, they don't know how to win, and they make too many mistakes. Who do we have? Yeah, let's go to Matt. Back to Matt. Hey, Matt.
Quincy Rhodes is he's a dude that can play on Sundays, man. I think Mike Washington can play on Sundays. Taylor's he's gonna be in camp. I think there was a couple guys that had a little talent out there. This afternoon.
and for Brian to say that is just ignorant. You can say what you want about this team, and saying they don't have any talent's probably not the right thing to say, especially when if you watch the game, who really was the better team. They had control of the game until they didn't. But it is frustrating that this team consistently finds ways to lose. But what can you say? It's kind of been the same thing we have been saying, I guess, the last 7 weeks or so. But the Notre Dame game, you could say, man, we just really, you kind of felt like you didn't have the talent in that game, but you can't really say that about the other games. That's 4 conference games that you lose by 3. I thought, well, maybe, or no, it's Texas A&M, Tennessee, Mississippi State that I know off the top of my head that you lost by 3 points. So, yeah, that is tough to swallow. And we'll take a break here, and then I want to get to a couple more callers here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline coming out of this break. Arkansas loses 38-35. You're listening to Hog Reaction. We're presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback and Bud Light. Stay with us.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyers, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Jupon, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Jupon today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Jupon.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mart has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
If it rumbles, roars, or needs a little more power, take it to Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports in Clarksville. From muffler and catalytic converter repair to full custom exhaust systems, they've got you covered. Need welding or mobile welding along with equipment repair? They do that too. Custom fabrication done right. Located at 215 East Taylor Road. For performance, precision, and power, it's Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports. Call today at 479-214-2729 or stop by today.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howe in Van Buren.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Sawyers, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Green with a long count. Hands it to Washington, right side. Angles inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a two-score game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Arkansas comes up short by 3 to the Mississippi State Bulldogs, a game in which they were up 35-21 in the fourth quarter and let it slip away. Matt Jones here with me on Hog Reaction, presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback and Bud Light. You know, Matt, Brian and Ozark made the comment.
Hey, Unit, can I ask you a question?
Shoot, man.
Who you got in the World Series tonight?
Oh, that's going on right now, isn't it? 3-1, Game 7, best words in sports right there. 3-1, Blue Jays here in the bottom of the fourth, 2 outs, men on first and second. I think Toronto is going to explode tonight if they get the job done. Did you see the Blue Jays winning it all? I know you don't follow baseball very closely, but I don't really either as much as I used to. But I wouldn't have had the Toronto Blue Jays winning it all this year. They
seem like a
team of destiny.
They seem like a regular season team. Yeah, I mean, Max is probably a Hall of Famer. You think about the Dodgers have 5 Hall of Famers on that team, like already, like undoubtable, and then Toronto has 1. Yeah, I don't know, but Toronto had the best record, I think. So, I mean, they seem like a regular season team, kind of.
Yeah. The Dodgers, they may have something to say about it before this one's over. What a great series it's been in that game. If you love baseball, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than what you're seeing right now between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. 2 really good teams, and you got to have one winner. And I just got a thing on my phone that the bench is clear in Game 7. So we've got some emotions. Game 7 of the World Series, Matt, I can't think of a more emotional game. I mean, really. Game 7 of the NBA, anything really. I'm
a Vlad Guerrero Jr. fan, man. Yeah. I like that dude. There's a couple dudes to cheer for on both these teams.
Yeah, Dodgers pitcher Justin Robleski hit Blue Jays Andres Jimenez, and the bench is cleared. Be interesting to kind of go back.
They're just stretching their legs. They just kind of staying loose. It's Game 7, been a long series. We need a quick sprint. They just kind of saying hello.
Yeah, plenty of baseball left in that one. But getting back onto the Arkansas-Mississippi State game, we do have some callers. And like I said earlier, we want to hear from the callers. This is one of those nights where I know tensions are high just because it's been a frustrating season. And I was going to say earlier, Brian and Ozark, something I agree with here. The coaching staff in place right now is probably not going to be the coaching staff next year. So I think you need to all relax and kind of just, I mean, when you in a season where you fire your coach, it's usually not going to magically get better, I would say. I think if I could give any advice is just to, not get too worked up over this, even though it's very frustrating, and I do get worked up myself at times, but just try not to stress yourself out too much about it, if I could give any advice. All right, we've got, who we got? Mike from Gravette, or we got Adam from Fayetteville. Let's go to Adam in Fayetteville first on the Lewis Automotive Hotline.
Hi, guys. How are we doing?
Doing good, man.
That's good to hear. I'm just going to try and keep this short and sweet. I'm just really confused because other than the Notre Dame game, we always keep it close, no matter how good the team we are playing is. Like number 12 Tennessee lost by 3.
Yep.
Number 4 Texas A&M, we lost by 3. I know the last points were in garbage time, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but they fought in that game.
Mississippi State, who is, let's be honest, a lot worse than A&M or Tennessee, we still lose by 1 score. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And
it's frustrating.
That's all I got for y'all. Thank you for taking my call.
And Adam, I feel the same way. I mean, it's frustrating because this wasn't a game where you felt like, you couldn't stop Mississippi State or anything like that because, you forced punts in this game. You got a turnover in this game. You really played well, and you were getting pressure on the quarterback. You were stopping the run, neutralizing the run. You weren't getting gashed in the secondary that much. You had a few plays given up, but it really felt like a good game, minus the penalties. So, when you have almost 200 yards in penalties, it's really hard to win a football game. And Arkansas almost did it tonight somehow. But on that final drive, 2 fourth down plays that Mississippi State converts. I mean, there's the little things usually come back to beat you in a close game, and that's what happened tonight.
In the penalty game, that was tough. A lot of times when you are the better athlete out there, you don't make as many penalties. I don't know if it's just emotional. The kids were trying. A lot of those penalties were effort penalties, so you kind of give them a little grace for that. But man, you can't. There's just too many. Just too many penalties.
Yeah, and that's really what you can point to tonight. And it kind of gets repetitive to focus in on one thing, or like a fumble or an interception or sacks. But when you don't really do any of those things and you play a really good game, like I said, you stop the run, you played well in the secondary. It's frustrating not to win those type of games, and Arkansas didn't win tonight. Now, Mike from Gravett is on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, and we want to go to you and hear your thoughts here on the Arkansas game.
Hey, I'm taking a different view of this. Now, Matt Jones is going to be he's going to be mad at me on this thing, but what has Traylon Green done for the University of Arkansas? Anybody? He hasn't won anything. He hasn't. I mean, let's face it. That's a fact.
Okay. Did he get all those penalties tonight?
No. I'm just talking in general. Okay.
Well, he's giving. He's suiting up for the Razorbacks. He's giving his all. I mean, he's playing pretty well if you look at the stats. So, I mean, I wouldn't put this at the foot of Traylon Green. Now, maybe a couple games. No.
I'm not. I'm just saying that Traylon Green has done nothing for the Razorbacks. Period. Not like Matt Jones did. He made the throws to win the ball games. He made the throws to win the ball games to put us in the bowl games, right?
Do you think we would be in the game if Traylon was not the quarterback? If we had the back, so you're saying we should go to the backup?
No, I think Jackson would have probably done the same thing. That's just my opinion.
Well,
okay?
That's who we have right now. So
maybe so let me say this though. Let me say this, and you guys are going to hate me for this, okay? But
I don't know about that.
I think we're playing to cover the spread, because last week 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter covered the spread. Today, I saw a lot of 15-yard personal foul penalties that covered the spread.
I can understand the frustration.
Now, hang on a second. Now, with the NCAA saying that it's okay to gamble on NFL games, I don't think these players separate NFL from college on betting. And it seems that way. I hate to think that it is, but I will say right now, Bobby's done. I mean, Bobby Petrino cannot do anything, and we are not going to win another game the rest of the year.
Okay.
But when we get a new coach in here, I mean, let's say this guy is Nick Saban. I mean, we are stoked. It's going to be 2 years when we actually get people in here and start winning. So we got 2.5 years of disappointment, and we've had it for the last 6 years.
Well,
what does Arkansas fans do? I'm sick and tired of seeing this crap. What else do we do? We're not going to beat Texas. We're not going to beat LSU, Texas, and we're not going to beat Missouri. It's not going to happen because we find a way to lose it.
Man, I think I agree with most of what you said there. I'm not totally on board with the players. I don't know if you were saying they're throwing the game. Definitely don't get behind that idea there. But the three things I think you mainly hit on was Bobby's probably not going to be the coach. I would say that's safe to say. I don't know that, but tonight obviously didn't help the case of him becoming the coach. Just, anytime you lose a bunch of games, just doesn't help your case. There's three obviously opportunities left, and I can understand why you would not feel confident going into those games. Just like you said, Arkansas is good enough to hang with anybody, but can't get the job done. And I don't really understand why everybody, or I'm not going to say everybody, but most people want to pile on Talon Green, especially in a game like tonight. He had no picks, and he made plays with his legs. I mean, he didn't really do anything to cost you the game tonight. So I can understand being frustrated, but putting it on Talon, I don't really understand that. But yeah, but I definitely get the frustration there for sure. Who else do we've got? We got Lance from Fayetteville. All right, let's go to Lance. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I think old boy there had a little bit more to drink than I've had tonight. But do y'all hear me? I don't hear any.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
hey, so I wasn't able to go to the game today, and then I was a victim of YouTube TV versus Disney or whatever. So I had to follow the thing on, what do you call it? Gamecast on the internet, and then listening to Chuck and Quinn, and so I think I dissected. I haven't gone back and looked at a video yet of some stuff, but I think I dissected a lot of what Chuck and Quinn said, and I do believe a lot of our penalties were probably just from hearing their comments that a lot of them were probably legit, and then some of them left us scratching our heads. And the one I think that stands out, and I'll look at it tomorrow or maybe tonight if the video comes out, is the one where the guy laid all over Talon after a play and, basically just kind of gave him the business or something like that after the play was over. And then when Bobby got angry at the refs, the refs got their whiny baby, crybaby feelings hurt. And not to mention the fact that they could help Mississippi State get to 5 wins and get close to a bowl game. So I think a little bit of it, and I may end up being wrong, and whatever, but I don't think I'm going to be, and I don't think that even Chuck or Quinn were saying, that everything was on the up and up with these penalties. They're trying to be professional. But I think they had a vendetta after Bobby went off on them, and he hurt their little feelings. Then they had a vendetta against us at that point, and I could feel it coming from the radio. And as unscientific as that sounds, it's just a feeling that I have. And man, I'm so proud of these kids. And yes, we've lost what 6 games within single digits. It's just unreal. And I appreciate them, and I want to keep following them till the end. And then whatever happens. But anyway, I think that's all I've got.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I can kind of see where he's coming from there, because the game did kind of seem to get out of control a little bit. You know, penalty after penalty after, that 2-point conversion, and I think that type of stuff does happen, and that's not a conspiracy. I mean, that's just human. Refs all the time do that type of stuff, so I can definitely see that because, I'm not a head coach in the SEC, so I can say stuff like that. And it was obvious to me that the calls were starting to pile up on Arkansas after that moment. It just seemed, it just seemed ridiculous at that point. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to actually hear from the head coach, Bobby Petrino, his thoughts after the game, biting his tongue a little bit, but just clearly upset for the team and another heartbreaking loss here heading into the bye week. It's Hog Reaction. Myself and Matt Jones. Stay with us.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyers, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077. Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
With winter just around the corner, now's the time to make sure your equipment is ready to handle the cold, the snow, and everything in between. Whether you're planning preventative maintenance, gearing up for snow removal, or keeping your fleet running through harsh conditions, Sharp Equipment is here to help you stay ahead. If you've got winter projects coming up, let Sharp Equipment know what parts you'll need. Sharp Equipment can help you avoid downtime and keep your operations moving no matter the weather. Give Sharp Equipment a call at 479-649-0500 or stop by at 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren to see how Sharp Equipment can help you keep moving forward.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Green with a long count. Hands it to Washington, right side. Angles inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas! Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a two-score game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
As you just heard, Michael Washington, after that touchdown run, it felt like the Hogs were going to get it done tonight, but it wasn't in the cards tonight as Arkansas loses 38-35. A lot of individual moments and plays you can turn to in this game that just kind of added up and led to another loss here for the Razorbacks. Very frustrating loss, probably the most frustrating loss of the season, just kind of the way it unfolded. It was a team that you felt like you were better than, and you played like it for most of the game. Mississippi State really, for the most part, they never really looked in sync. They just hung around, let Arkansas beat themselves, and that's what happened. They made the plays at the end that they needed to make, and got a little bit of help from the referees.
You think Camario plays the Mario game?
Camario? Oh, is that? Who are you talking about?
The Mississippi State quarterback that was amazing.
The guy that came in.
That dude was such an athlete. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's like when you think about, like, who are we recruiting? It's like, let's recruit athletes. Homie's an athlete.
Yeah, so the play when we knocked Shapen out of the game was a flag, of course. But I felt like that worked against us. You know, mobile quarterbacks kind of give us problems, and I really liked the way the defense played when Shapen was in there. I mean, it really felt like they had him under control. Really, he wasn't really a threat with his legs. He was, not really. He didn't look all that great. He didn't look all that impressive. And then they put in the backup, and then they start getting a little bit of momentum. Moving the football a little bit, and then they put Shapen back in. It just felt, it just felt like.
I thought the Hogs ran the ball really well.
I do too.
Like for the most part, man, we were running the ball pretty good.
Yeah, and I think we stopped the run really good tonight. I mean, there are positives you can, if you want to look at this game, there definitely are positives. In a season where it's been a lot of negative. It hasn't all been bad. I mean, you haven't gotten the win. And tonight, really, Matt, I mean, it's hard to be positive, and I understand that because just the way the game ended, the way that it kind of just It felt like it was, it slipped from their hands. They had all the momentum really until, I guess you want to say, Bobby Petrino got after the referees a little bit there, but we've already kind of touched on that a little bit. But we do want to hear from the callers, and we do have a couple on the Lewis Automotive hotline. It looks like OG Brian from Harrison is on the line. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey, man, first of all, hey, Christian, hey, Matt.
Hey, man.
First of all, I just want to say Brian from Ozark can go pound sand. Can't stand that guy. I hate Texas. Don't really care what he has to say about Arkansas. All he wants to do is badmouth Arkansas, and if that's the case, why does he even waste his time?
Yeah.
That being said, I am a football referee, and one of the number one rules, and Tommy will tell you this all day long, one of the number one rules about being a referee is you do not change the outcome of the game.
And they did.
Your number one thing to do in the game is game management. That's it. That's what you're there for. You do not change the outcome of the game, and I promise you that referee crew changed the outcome of this game.
No doubt. I'm 100%. You look, I'm not really one to blame the refs because they have a tough job. And I understand, they're human. They're going to make bad calls here and there. But it just felt way too one-sided. Like, it was unbelievable. And it did feel at times that something nefarious was going on. And I can't, like I said, I'm not one to normally say that kind of stuff, but it felt weird tonight. A team that doesn't really get penalized all that much, it just felt like, every single player on the team was getting penalties. It was, and maybe let's say half of those calls were correct. Okay. I mean, that's still 18 penalties for 200 yards. Come on. Yeah. I don't care who you're playing. You're not going to win games when you've got that going against you. I mean, it's not going to happen. And somehow, some way, Arkansas still was in position to win this game down to the final drive. I mean, they really were just a couple fourth downs that they gave up. And, that final drive really, the drive where they had about 40-something seconds to go kick a field goal and tie it up, it was just, that was a bad drive. And at that point, they may have just been defeated. But, yeah, that was tough to watch, especially there at the end when it was kind of getting away from them. Who else do we got? Chuck from Fayetteville. Let's go to Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's it going, man?
Going pretty good. I'm not going to call in and blame the refs. I mean, I watched the whole game. I seen every penalty on a replay, and they were penalties. I questioned two.
Okay, two. Okay.
I questioned two. The pass interference in the end zone. That ball was clearly uncatchable. And the targeting play. I still don't understand what targeting is. I don't see how a defensive player can adjust his body in mid-tackle when the runner lowers his head. Besides that, I think that was the refs did their job, man. They were in the game. They had a chance to win. It falls on defense and offensive play calling. That's where I get to where I think Bobby's washed. There was nothing he hasn't been creative in his play calling in weeks. In none of these close games, you don't see nothing creative to get a first down, to keep a drive going. Yeah, man, he's done. I think Hunter should be gone sooner than later. I don't think he's the one that should be making the next football hire. I really like to see Houston Nutt as AD. He's a money-making machine. He's got every other sport in place. Hire him to come in to do his job as a AD, to get the football program back on track, to hire a coach, to hire somebody that can build a program. You know, Arkansas is not going to be in the playoffs every year.
No.
If they can bring somebody in here that can win 8 to 10 games a year and then one year win 11 and make the playoffs, I think every Arkansan would take that any day. And that's what I'd like to see done. And hey, Matt, it's a privilege being on with you, brother. You're a true athlete.
Thanks for the call, Chuck. Yeah, I agree with you there, man. If you take a look at this whole situation for what it is, like I said earlier, you fire your coach, and people want to say, well, it's still the same thing, you know, without Pittman, we're still losing close games. Yes, but I think, and I don't want to pile on, you know, Pittman here in this situation, but all of these things have been coached into these players, these penalties and stuff. They don't just happen like that. I mean, you know, discipline is what I think of, and I don't want to blame Bobby for that part of the game. I think he gets effort out of these players, and sometimes that will lead to penalties here and there. But like I said, Arkansas is in the middle of a coaching search right now, and I think tonight, if you look at the way things unfolded, it's obvious, at least to me, that Bobby Petrino probably will not be your head coach next year. But all is not lost, because Arkansas is getting in a new coach, and we don't know who it is yet. But all of these problems that we're having right now, all you can do is hope that the next coach comes in and kind of turns this ship around. And it's not going to, and it may take a couple years, but if you want to look at the good side of tonight, it's that they played with effort. But other than that, it's just been a very disappointing season, and that's really all I can say about it, Matt. Still haven't got to Petrino audio yet, so if you guys want to hear some of his thoughts, we're going to do that in the next segment. I think he kind of summarizes just the way the game went tonight pretty well. It just felt, and he got emotional in that post-game press conference. And, you know, if the head coach feels that way about the way it unfolded, you know something wasn't right. And he mentioned it wasn't, he's not going to blame the referees. The last caller mentioned that, and there's some people that look at it that way. I like I said, I'm not one that typically likes to blame the referees, but I just find it hard to believe that Arkansas had 18 penalties tonight, something that just seemed to sprout up in this game out of nowhere. So if you do have any thoughts, we'd like to hear them. 877-377-6963. We're going to take a break here. It's Hog Reaction, presented by Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Bud Light.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyers, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
They say you can't have it all, but with Taco Bell's $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings boxes, you can have all you want. So, will you choose the eternally beloved $5 box, the extra elegance in the $7 box, or will you go full fuego with the $9 box? Now with the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito, the only wrong choice is not to choose. So, pick your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. How about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Crisp air, colorful leaves, and the perfect season to get moving. It's fall at True Grit Running Company. Whether you're hitting the trails, walking the neighborhood, or cheering from the sidelines, we've got the shoes, apparel, and accessories to keep you comfy and supported. From cozy layers to top brands like Hoka, Brooks, and OOFOS, fall into your new favorites today. Stop by True Grit Running Company on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, right behind Chick-fil-A. This autumn, let your journey start with True Grit.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your Shelter Insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Got a few skeletons in your closet? Want to seal your past criminal charges? Need to clear up some current ones? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Fines and restitution add up. You need an attorney to help you navigate the justice system, but how do you pay for it all? At Mock Legal Solutions, we offer flat fees and payment plans, so you can get back on track without selling a kidney. Now that's a monster of a deal. Call today for a free consultation. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Green with a long count. Hands it to Washington, right side, angles inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas! Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a 2-score game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
All right, back here on Hog Reaction, Christian Johnston, Matt Jones bringing you the show tonight after Arkansas falls 38-35. And I want to go back on something I was talking about earlier with one of the other callers that called in. You know, I think if you go back and look at the firing of Sam Pittman, I think if you were thinking about it logically, the team had issues way before Petrino took over. And, you know, we all kind of hoped that the season would turn around, but if you kind of just look at it for what it is, I mean, the Bobby Petrino had a tall task ahead of him. And what I can say is the offense, which he was the offensive coordinator, and he's, you know, last year, and he still basically is, the offense has been okay. So he's done his job for the most part. Have they been perfect? No. But they are one of the more efficient offenses in the country. And to expect a complete turnaround was probably, you know, that's not realistic. And what you're seeing still is a bad football team. And a lot of the things you're seeing is what we saw when Pittman was the head coach. And it's kind of hard to, you know, just work out all those bad habits and things like that. And it's really frustrating this year because I think Bobby has really gotten just about everything he can get out of this team. And what's frustrating is it still isn't resulting in wins. But that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not saying this is, you know, I don't think this isn't a fair situation for Petrino, you know, to be put in it, but that's where we are. And, like I said, you know, he's going to probably, have to win a couple games here at going down the stretch if he wants to be the head coach. But, and I'm not saying that's fair, but I just think that's what's going to have to take place, Matt. And, that's kind of all I've got on that topic. But one thing I can say is this team has given.
And what about Quincy Rhodes? Don't you think that dude has been playing better and better the last few weeks? I mean,
man,
he's been playing pretty good.
That defensive line looked good tonight. I mean, it really did. You got Cam Ball back.
What happened? What'd they say? What happened with Cam Ball?
Did he get injured in this game? Oh, you're talking about, well, we didn't have him for the Auburn game, and I think that showed a little bit. But tonight, man.
No, Cam Ball's real, man. I like him. He's a good player.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, the players gave 100% tonight, and they were making plays. They were flying to the ball. Like, I saw them flying to the ball, you know, cutting down running backs. You know, it was really nice to see. And I can't fault the defense. You know, the defense has caught a lot of heat this season. And what I can say is this defense, when they play hard, and they're in position, they look really good. But, you know, sometimes they just, you know, I don't know if you can dial it back a little bit, but sometimes a lot of these penalties seem to happen when they're like going 100%. They, you know, it's like just dial it back a little bit. But I know that's harder to say when you're not out there.
Way too many penalties.
Yeah.
You got to do better. You just got to be better. We left some out there on the defensive side. We left a little on the offensive side, but way too many penalties.
All right, Matt, we're gonna go to Wendy from Glen Rose and see what she's got to say. Wendy, you there?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
These drives back from Fayetteville are getting real long.
I bet.
I just wanted to say, you know, watching them on the Hog Walk tonight, They looked focused. We do have a lot of talent. I'm not going to take up time going through all of them, but we have a lot of good talent, and they did have a willingness to play. Anybody that sat at home and watched that game, that's great. You can say the referees did not change the outcome, but they did. They cost us 4 points with 2 flags thrown after kicks were missed, not to mention a personal foul call that was missed on Taylor Green that changed the entire tempo of the game. Hopefully we can get some new staff in and things will look better next year.
Yeah, Wendy, that's kind of all you can do is kind of turn the. I know we've still got three games left, and obviously we want to win these last 3 games. But like, I think we can all see what's coming here. We're gonna have a new coach. We're gonna have a new coaching staff, hopefully in place here. I don't know within the next month or 2. I would assume, but it's kind of just what happens when you fire a coach. You know, things typically don't turn around under the Bobby Petrino comes in and gives you a little bit of hope. I understand why you would feel that way, because a lot of times these players, I mean, under Pittman, I don't think we question the effort of the team very much, at least not last year. This year, it kind of felt like the team wasn't playing to their potential until Bobby Petrino took over. So I've got to give some credit there to Bobby Petrino for doing that. But some things just are still biting this team in critical moments. And Matt, this is one of those seasons where we're gonna.
Toronto just scored another one, 4-2. 4-2 Toronto. Man,
I bet that's a fun game going on right now. You know, Ohtani got the start tonight. I think he got knocked around a little bit, or I don't think he went very far. But if you got to watch any of the other games today in college football, there are some good ones going on. Oklahoma, Tennessee, man, that's 17-16. Tennessee with the lead there in the third quarter. Oklahoma's defense looks like they're keeping them in that one.
I got OU. I got Boomer Sooner in our survivor pick.
Yeah, and I had Georgia.
Who you got?
I had Georgia, and they almost lost to Florida, but they
Georgia win.
Yeah, they pulled it out 24-20. Looks like they benefited from a controversial call in that game, but they did get the win. That's what good teams do. They find ways to win, and Arkansas is just not a good team. And, you know, they may luck into a win or 2 this season, but
dude, it's okay. It's okay that we're going to go 0-8. It's just let's go to a break, and then we'll talk about the World Series, and then we'll just talk a little bit more.
And Miami lost again, which was pretty surprising. Rhett Lashley and the SMU Mustangs got it done there against the Hurricanes. Yeah, let's go to a break, and looks like we don't have any callers right now, so I think that would be a good time to kind of hear Bobby Petrino's thoughts on the game as well. So stay with us. It's Hog Reaction.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyers, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Are holidays stressful for you? Hey, Ty Richardson for the Whippoorwill. The Newmeyers would love to take care of some of that stress by providing you an awesome Thanksgiving dinner. Call the Whippoorwill at 479-769-2095 for the best Thanksgiving catering you've ever had. Smoked turkey breast, dressing, mashed potatoes, and turkey gravy with all the fixins. The Newmeyers' newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, taking care of your holiday this year.
Seems Thanksgiving Day is upon us.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Arkansas Athletics. Also presented by Sawyer's, sunrooms, patio covers, pergolas, driveways, and windows, including decorative concrete. and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Green with a long count. Hands it to Washington, right side. Angles inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Mike Washington from 20 yards out, and it's a 2-score game.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. This is Hog Reaction.
Yeah, another tough result to take. You know, our players did a good job preparing for the game and came out and competed extremely hard. End up on the wrong side again. I felt like we were going to win the game the entire time. I felt like our players felt it. We competed hard. We had some issues there in the third quarter that really hurt us. One of them was on me. I didn't really say a whole lot to get it called, but I did get it called, so that's on me, and that's not a good job. So, but it was hard. Our guys were competing extremely hard out there, and some things didn't go their way. So
it seems like the players really also battled through a lot of really tough calls in the game, 18 penalties and I think 193 yards, which is a school record.
Yeah.
On the number of penalties.
I can't say anything, but y'all ought to watch it.
Like maybe the refs were overzealous at all.
You trying to get me fined?
I don't want to say anything.
I do want to say something, but I can't. You know, that's how they handcuff you. But I'll just say watch the video, and you know, the one thing I can say is they picked our quarterback up and souffled him, which is a really bad deal.
It seems like through all of that, the fans got energized, the stadium started rocking and stuff, and the players, it seemed like they were fighting through it all too. What did you think about, I guess, the energy and the effort?
Yeah, I thought the fans were awesome. They gave us a bunch of support. I thought our players competed extremely hard. We hurt ourselves or whatever hurt us, and we just came up short, which is sad because these guys, they deserve to win a game.
The two, for the runs, especially there in the fourth quarter when you guys are trying to run out the clock and they call a penalty and bring you guys back. I mean, it's still 2nd and 10. You guys have an opportunity to still go get a first down. Do you feel like the team in those moments maybe were a little, I don't know, set back, a little debilitated by those, back-breaking penalties?
They were back-breaking penalties. There's no question about that. But you got to overcome it. You still got to overcome that and get the first down and move the ball and eat the clock. So we weren't able to do that, and I had to put our defense back on the field, and that's a bad deal. And, we felt like we would be able to run the football and work the clock and end the game.
What'd you think of the play from Cash Courtney and then, of course, Kavion, who wasn't starting and then kind of came in and filled in for Shaq?
It's hard to know until you watch the video, but I can say that, Cash did a nice job on snapping the ball and getting things set, and he did a really nice job in practice working hard on it. He's a tremendous football player. He's got a great future ahead of him. It's unfortunate Shaq went down so early and so fast, and Kavion had to jump in on the other side, and we continued to move the ball and we continued to score, just not in the fourth quarter, and they must have did a good job. They must have both played pretty well for us to be able to do that.
What prevented you from getting moving in the fourth quarter after you're up 14 and then the next 3 series, not much?
Yeah, I think some of those penalties hurt us. There's no question about that.
How is Taylor doing, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing really well. He's with the doctor right now, and we'll just have to see how everything comes out. But it didn't look good. It was an ugly looking play.
Well, did you say souffled him?
No, that was on the 2-point conversion.
Oh.
Yeah, when we ran the 2-point conversion, they picked him up and souffled him, slammed him down on the ground, and that's when everything broke loose. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to not want to say something.
Thoughts from Bobby Petrino there after the heartbreaking loss kind of summarizes the way I think most fans feel, but just amplified a little bit, being the head coach and seeing the players and seeing it kind of all unfold there up close. Yeah, I mean, Petrino definitely feels like his team probably got screwed tonight, and he can't really say much about it, but I think anybody watching could kind of get that, could draw that conclusion. Let's go back to Matt Jones. I want to get his thoughts kind of on what Petrino had to say, and then we've got a caller on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. We'll go to Matt.
Hey man, it's tough to lose. I thought they were fighting. I thought the game plan was good. It comes down to you got to make some plays, right? Like, can't have that many penalties, but you got to make a couple plays. Who are our playmakers? Quincy Rose made a couple plays.
Yeah,
he really didn't get any help.
Yeah, it was a it really was a pretty inspiring performance. Like, really, they played hard up until the last whistle and played well enough to win the game. But like Petrino said, a lot of things just didn't go their way tonight. And we've got Andy in Mountain Home, probably the last caller for the night here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Andy, what's up, man?
Hey, I was just watching the game. I was just wondering what everybody thought about the quarterback's play when he was like a deer in the headlights, just standing there frozen in time, not knowing whether to throw or run. Did that cost us the game, or is that just something, that they had talked about as a play to just, kind of be dumbfounded by it?
What drive was that?
I think it was like right before the half, maybe the second quarter, maybe.
Let's see. Right before the second quarter, they scored. They kicked a field goal. They went up 13-7. Probably didn't happen there, but look, I'm gonna say this. Like, maybe in a few other games you could put it on Talon a little bit, but also Arkansas's not in a lot of these games without Talon Green. Did he make mistakes in some of these losses? Yes. But today, look, Talon Green was making plays. He made enough plays tonight with his arms and his legs to win the game. He ran the ball well. The defense played pretty well despite the penalties. It did seem like, the secondary was getting a little handsy there, especially late in the game, and it cost the Razorbacks tonight. But look, if you watch the game tonight and your only conclusion, I will say, is that Talon Green didn't play well, I don't understand that, because he played well. I mean, he played well enough to win. You scored 35 points. You were up 14 points in the fourth quarter. Really, at that point, if you don't score another point, you should win that game. And it didn't happen. Arkansas created the perfect storm for Mississippi State to come back and win the game. And it started, I really think it started once they got up 28-14. It just kind of felt like, okay, here we go again. Arkansas is going to find a way to blow it. But, Mississippi State scores 28-21, then you score 35-21. And I felt pretty good at that moment. But like I said, the penalties and all of that just proved to be too much tonight. Matt, we've kind of hit on everything tonight. It's just a disappointing night.
There's a soccer team called West Ham. All right, a lot of people might be like West Ham fans.
Yeah.
And their slogan is "Forever blowing bubbles."
Yeah,
we're always blowing bubbles.
Yeah. Another way to lose a game. I can't really think of many more. Penalties, turnovers. Maybe one of these games will work out differently, but I know it's not going to get any easier. If you got a bye week, and then you got Texas. Or no, you got LSU. I think Texas and then Missouri. I don't expect Arkansas to really. Texas did look pretty good today, I guess. Vandy made a little run there and made it close. But I'm still not overly impressed with Texas. But hey,
Man, Vandy's pretty good this year, though. Like, you think about teams that are good, you think about Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah, I mean they will fight till the very end, even when they're outmatched. I mean, Texas, I don't care, what anyone says. They've got better athletes than Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt will fight you to the very end, and that's what they did tonight. Texas did win that game though by 3 points. Another game I was talking about earlier. Georgia hangs on to beat Florida 24-20, and in the SEC, really not a whole lot of shockers today so far. Oklahoma is currently up on Tennessee 23-17 in the third. That one's about.
There we go, Oklahoma. That's my survivor pick unit.
Look
and was
out.
your shockers joke a tribute or an homage to Ted Lasso?
And look at this, Matt. 10-3 Kentucky over Auburn with 1:07 to go. Auburn's got the ball 4th and 6. Is that the nail in the coffin for Hugh Freeze, losing to Kentucky? That has to be, right?
Well, I think they're like kind of on the ghost level. I don't think that they have anything that's like aluminium. I think it's just kind of what is this currency for this season, and he makes a lot of money.
Yeah. All right. It's been a fun show tonight, Matt. Arkansas didn't get the win, but hey, always enjoy talking with you and hearing from the callers, getting their opinions. Disappointing night here on Hog Reaction as Arkansas falls to the Mississippi State Bulldogs 38-35. And that's about all. So thanks for listening. We are presented by Hog Reaction, presented by the Sawyer Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and by Bud Light. All right. Have a good Saturday night, guys.
Listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Bud Light, Sawyer's, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade